Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses. As we continue with part 13, Chang-Kuo, from the Adepts in the Eastern Esoteric Tradition, by Manly Palmer Hall, part 3, The Sages of China. Chang-Kuo. One of the most delightful of the select group of Taoist Immortals was Chang-Kuo, who is said to have lived in the 7th or 8th century AD and gained considerable reputation as a hermit. His place of retirement was on the Chung T'iao Mountain in Shensi Province, although he was quite a traveler and might be seen in several places at one time. Two emperors of the Tang dynasty invited this celebrated eccentric to the imperial court, but he declined to attend. When, however, the Empress Wu Hu, AD 685 to 704, earnestly requested his presence, Chang-Kuo agreed to visit her, but on the way to the palace is said to have been struck down by death at the gate of the temple of the jealous woman. Even after his death, however, when his body had begun to decay, he was seen in another place, alive and well. Among his other peculiarities, this immortal rode about, usually seated backwards on a white mule made of paper. This magical animal could carry its master thousands of miles in a single day, and when he was finished with the mule, Chang-Kuo merely folded it up and put it away in his large and capacious wallet. It was not unreasonable, therefore, that Chang-Kuo should gain the reputation of being a sorcerer, and there was a popular belief that in a previous incarnation he had been Grand Minister to the divinely enlightened Emperor Yao. Although it is reported that Chang-Kuo preferred to live in his remote hermitage, he was summoned to Honan about AD 735, where he was elected head of the Imperial Academy with the flowery title, Very Perspicacious Teacher. No details are available as to his activities at the academy. About this time, there was a very famous Taoist magician named Ye Fashan in the imperial court. Because Chang-Kuo acted so mysteriously and declined to explain the reasons for his conduct, the emperor asked the court magician to discover and reveal the true identity of the hermit. Ye Fashan replied that if he told what he really knew about Chang-Kuo, he would be instantly killed and remain dead unless the emperor would go immediately afterwards in person, with his head and feet bare, and ask Chang-Kuo to forgive him. If these conditions were exactly kept, the magician could be revived. The emperor immediately gave his promise, and Ye Fashan said, Chang-Kuo is a white spiritual bat which came out of primeval chaos. As soon as he had spoken, the magician fell dead at the emperor's feet. His Majesty kept his promise in every detail, secured the forgiveness of Chang-Kuo, and the magician was revived. Not long after this experience, Chang-Kuo is said to have fallen sick, and in due course departed from this life. After his death, however, several of his disciples opened his tomb and found it empty. It was therefore reported that he had merely chosen to appear dead and had been carried into the realms of the immortals without actually passing through the experience of death. While in the court of the emperor, Chang-Kuo performed many marvels of magic and was offered the hand of the imperial princess in marriage. He declined this honor and also refused to permit his picture to be placed in the Hall of Worthies. This immortal is frequently pictured riding on his white mule, which is represented as rather grotesque, perhaps to suggest that it is made of paper. His likeness is cherished by newly married couples in spite of the fact that he was an ascetic and himself declined matrimony. He may be shown carrying a phoenix feather or a peach of immortality, but most frequently he bears a musical instrument in the shape of a bamboo tube or drum with two rods which served as drumsticks. He used this instrument to attract crowds, and when they had gathered, he liked to disappear by making himself invisible. He seems to have been conducted along the path of wisdom by friendly sages and Taoist genii who visited him in his mountain retreat. He has gained popular distinction as a patron of artists and scribes. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Roses. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.